Oh my God. Oh my God, that was bad. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the channel. I have had COVID for an entire week now, and I still have it. Starting to feel a little bit better. I feel good enough to like go outside and actually be somewhat of a functioning human today. Right before I got sick, I decided that I wasn't really that big of a fan of the supermoto wheels, so I started to switch them off, and then I took the front wheel off and put the original front wheel back on. Then I realized, wait a second, what does it feel like to ride this bike like this? So this was like an entire week ago. It was like 6 o'clock at night, so it was already dark. I tightened up the front wheel and I took it for a spin, and I was like, wait a second, this is actually still somewhat rideable. In theory, this is why I think it might work. It's kind of like a mullet setup if you think about it. It's obviously a slick in the back, but we have a 19 and a 12, which is like an extreme mullet. I don't know why I'm trying to justify this. It just looks hilarious, and I thought it would be fun to give it a ride. So that is exactly what we're about to do. So with that said, we're gonna load the bike up, go down to the valley, give it a spin in some dirt and in the streets right now. Okay, folks, we are out here. Wow, this turning radius feels bizarre. Let's go ahead and go flat out real quick. So it feels like top speed might be slightly reduced. I feel like I'm getting like maybe like 5 miles per hour slower. Maybe that's due to the front wheel, or I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It feels a tad bit slower though. Okay, so the first immediate things you notice about the setup is the seating position just doesn't make any sense. The seating position is bizarre. I feel like I'm like doing a wheelie right now. Like, it's so far back. Go ahead and go flat out again right here. Yeah, it does not feel right at all. Which, you know, makes sense because I don't know who in their right mind would actually run this setup. What I am curious about is how it's gonna handle in grass and dirt. And by the way, I hope you guys can hear me. It is a super windy day out here today. It was windy up where I live. It was like 30 mile per hour winds. So I figured it'd be a little bit better down here, but it's still super windy, like insanely windy. I remember in BMX, it used to be super common for people to run like, you know, dirt tires in the front and street in the rear. A really common setup for mountain bikes is called the mullet, which is where you have 29 in the front, 27.5 in the rear. A couple things that are not quite the same as that I'm doing is that I have a 19 in the front and a 12 in the rear, and I have a slick supermoto tire, you know. So first off, this setup just looks crazy. It just does, right? Anyone looking at this bike would be like, what is that? It looks like it's been pieced together, you know. Well, that's why I ride it like I stole it too. So obviously the slick is not meant to be ridden in the dirt at all, and I can feel it slipping around. Even like right there in that sand, I felt it giving out. But the front feels great. You know, the front was locked in, so you know, there's that. Oh my God, yeah, the back is just slipping all over the place. It feels nuts. So we're over here in the North Hollywood camps. These are the you know, homeless camps. Anyways, we're just trying to get some off-roading in. Yeah, the back end is all over the place, but the front feels pretty planted. It's actually not the worst setup for riding on dirt and stuff like that. Look at this path. This goes onto the freeway. Is this an off-ramp? Holy crap. It's a weird sensation because you feel like you have total control over the front, but the back, like, as long as you're putting power down, it's kind of slipping all over the place, but it sort of works. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it kind of really works. And I think it's something that could take some getting used to, but it actually feels kind of good. You know, especially going off curves and stuff. Those little jumps I just did, like the bike just kind of floated right off. That was a weird feeling. Is that like, hold on, let me see, let me get like a nice little drop. This curve is not big enough. Oh my God. Another thing that would freak me out about the small slicks is bumping up curves like that. I really felt like sometimes if you went at the wrong angle, it would slip. Whereas with a dirt tire, it kind of always catches on the knobby and you pop right up. So, you know, overall the slick tires they weren't for me at all. You know, they just didn't suit my style of riding whatsoever, so I was happy to get rid of them. Hey, he is bumping. That's right. Man is bumping that shit. I am all about it. Anyways, yeah, the seating position, I thought I was gonna not be a fan, but it's actually kind of cool. You can kind of manual this thing. Because it puts you in a position where your wheel's already up. You kind of can manual, well, not really, like a power manual. Oh my God. Yeah, so going up curves with the supermoto just feels horrible. That was one of the main things that immediately made me think like, oh no, this ain't gonna work. You know me, I gotta go up curves, jump off curves. I beat my wheels up. Like the stock wheels, I am gonna ride them until they are completely broken and then just buy another pair. That's kind of my MO. Another problem. I just made a stand. The bottoming out is still a huge problem because it wouldn't be if I had a dirt in the rear and a street in the front. But since I have this, it just bottoms out like crazy. So you can't do like simple free riding stuff like going up this and over that. Like it's pretty much the most easy thing you could possibly do. It's rendered impossible by the fact that it still bottoms out like crazy. So that's one negative. if that wasn't apparent enough. Anyways, came over here to go through here. We're gonna fit through there? I don't think so. We got a bigger one right here. That also requires some work. Should have worn my boots. We're about to go through a bunch of sticks and stuff popping up at me. Hopefully I don't get attacked by anything. Let's see if we can even still get in here. Yep, we can. W. All right, this is going to be interesting. So I do believe there's still some homeless camps. We're going to have to be on our P's and Q's. Ugh. Yeah, the rear end being down is helpful for some situations. It's weird. I didn't think it'd be like useful whatsoever. I thought I would hate this setup, honestly. Oh, just definitely still feel yourself sliding down the side when you're going down on the dirt. Get around this camp, just be nice and peaceful, and hopefully they don't care. Oh, there's a dog. There's a lot of camps here. I did not know this. Oh God, the back end is just slipping down the side as I'm going. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just minding my business. Hopefully they don't care. I don't mean to get up in their space, but I just want to ride my bike. This actually ends up right where we just were. That was a nice little path, actually. And luckily the residents brought the fence down for us so we can easily make our way up on out of there. That's you know, it's a win-win situation is what I like to call that. Everybody wins. Nice Mustang right there. Anyways, so yeah. Ugh. By the way, I'm going to sell these wheels, so if you're interested in the Supermoto wheel set, hit me up. I completely decided that I'm never going to use them. I thought about keeping them and having a second Sur-on, but I just don't like them. Like the other thing is the guy's not making them anymore, so I know someone else could probably get use out of them, or for me, they're just going to sit there. So yeah, I'll probably sell them. I mean, I bought them for $1,000 if someone wants to pay like, I don't know. Hit me with an offer. Hit me with an offer. Yo, this is that building that caught on fire. This is a huge, huge fire. I saw it all over social media. People were posting on the freeway. Look at that. This building is totally toasted. Damn. I don't know how it happened. Wink, wink. But, yeah. Okay, so there's our first little off-road run with the Supermoto mullet setup. The most hilariously unconventional and not that useful setup for a Sur-on that's probably possible. You know, I don't know if this has been done already. I'm sure someone else has been taking their Supermoto set off and had this wheel set up and been like, huh, that's kind of interesting actually. But yeah, it's really not practical for anything. I kind of came out here today thinking that like maybe it would have like some crazy use, you know, and I'd actually like love it, but I don't like it. You know, it's really not that useful at all. Let's see if I can get over this going this way. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was bad. I just bashed. Thank God this bash guard is pretty good. It protects the motor, so it has to be. But pretty much did a disaster on that thing. Holy crap. Okay, we're going in circles in this sick parking lot, but it's actually like the perfect route to test everything out. Yeah, the real thing that kills it is the bottoming out. If it didn't bottom out so bad, it really would be pretty useful. But the thing is, since it bottoms out on just about anything, like it's just not practical for riding around anywhere besides flat road, like on the street. So let's see what's going on over here. It's been a minute since we've been out in North Hollywood, so let's get a little bit of exploring in. It's looking nice out here today too. It's a beautiful day. Got some nice weather coming up the next couple weeks, so excited to be outside. There is one thing I've been wanting to check out for the longest. This is not the setup to do it on though. Let's see if we can go check it out. There's this like little off-road area. I don't know if I want to do it with this weird mullet setup I got going on though. It is not the ideal tire setup for what I'm about to go check out. Why is that guy just standing in the middle of the road? You see that? That is bizarre. LA zombies at their finest. I think it's up here on the right-hand side across this street, which I also don't know how the hell I'm going to get across the street now. Oh man, it's always fun to be back on this bike though. Oh my god. Yeah, COVID totally kicked my ass, dude. I am okay. Thanks, bro. Confusing. I do not like to play chicken with cars out here. I'd rather let all of them go than try and get in front of even one of them. Okay, so this spot is across the street. It's kind of like super hectic. I think if I could cross this street and then cross the next one, just cars coming in, I don't know what they're gonna do. Yeah, I'm still totally not like 100%. So hopefully I'm not getting COVID all over my helmet and then I like get cured or I recover from it, quote unquote, and then get it again. That would suck. But I don't know, I think I'll be good. Dude, are we gonna get across the street anytime today? We're gonna go ahead and do this. Oh. Yeah, like I said, not the ideal setup for what we're about to do, but I think we're gonna be able to get it done. Good thing we're in lawless LA where you can kind of get away with anything. Anywho, it was this. I don't think I can get down here. This is super loose dirt. Let's see, maybe we can just go around it. Maybe. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not the move. So yeah, I wanted to ride this. This looked like it would be cool to kind of like jump out of or something, but this tire setup is just not inspiring the most confidence. That's a freeway on-ramp, so we're not going to go that way. We just wanted to come over here. The back wheel can hold its own in dirt. You know, it's definitely not any good, but you'll stay on the bike. You know, so there's that. This would be pretty sick to ride down if I had more rugged tires. Gonna come back here in a future video, but yeah, I've been wanting to check that out for the longest, and finally did. It's not much to see, so we're gonna start heading back. All right, so there's our initial review of the absolute worst setup you can do for your Seron: a stock front tire and a supermoto rear. Not the worst setup, but definitely not one that's useful in any sort of capacity whatsoever. Let's try and go up these stairs. A little forced there for the sake of testing, right? Oh my god, we made it up. So there's that. You could make it up the forced there without bottoming out, so that is probably the biggest accomplishment we've made so far today. Yeah, so far good stuff. All right, well, we're gonna wrap this one up. This is a school? I didn't even know this existed. Gotta get the heck up on out of here. Whoa, big traffic time. You know what that means? It's time to wrap it up. Dude, how's the traffic even in a parking lot? What is going on here? It's North Hollywood in a nutshell for you. Dude, there's just kids everywhere in this parking lot waiting to get picked up. This parking lot is a secondary pickup spot for the school. That's what I just realized. Oh man, of all the things that I don't miss about being a kid in school is getting picked up by your parents and having them be extremely mad because you have to coordinate. When I was in school, there weren't phones either. I didn't have a phone until I was like in high school, so it was impossible to coordinate where they're gonna come pick you up. So by the time you actually got in the car, they'd be super mad. Like, they'd be furious at you for no reason. So you leave a comment if you can relate to that. Oh my God. I have so many memories of my mom being pissed off because she couldn't figure out which corner of the school I was standing. And even if I stood in the same spot, so I would stand there for a while and then she just wouldn't show up there. So I'd go to the other spot where she would sometimes get me, and then yeah, it was just a whole mess. So yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, you know. If not, then yeah, there's a lot of traffic. We're gonna have to try and get around all this to get back to where we parked. Good stuff. All right, finally, we have arrived. One more last full speed run. Sag. Immediately tops out at 45 on this setup. Usually we get about 50 with a fully charged battery and the stock wheels. No such luck with the Supermoto. You would think it goes a little faster with the Supermoto wheels, even with just one in the rear, but that is not the case. When I had the dual Supermoto setup, it actually felt significantly slower. Not only did it go a little bit slower, but it felt slower too. I don't know why that is. Even though I was lower to the ground, it felt like I was going slower, which is not the sensation you would expect upon, you know, such a setup. Usually the lower you are to the ground, the faster you feel like you're going. You know, think of like being in a sports car versus like a lifted truck. Even both going 80 miles an hour, the lower car is gonna feel like it's going way faster. It just does. I don't know why it works like that, but that's just the way it is, right? So yeah, this bike feels slower in every way when it's on the Supermotos. I don't know, I don't understand that one bit. Maybe someone in the comments can help me out and help me figure that one out. Well folks, that's gonna do it for the weirdest Surron setup. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. Would you ride this? What do you think? Would you ever set up your bike for this? Also, what other weird tire or wheel setups should I do with my Surron? Let me know in the comments. Of course, thank you guys all for watching. I'll see you in the next video very soon. Peace out.